How's it guys, Munash here, and today we have my favorite tech champ Guardian against the 6.2 champion boss. A fight that I've done many times before with several different champs, but I haven't done it in a while. In fact, I think it's been 2 months since I last fought him, when I used the rank 3 Corvus. And I was just craving, man. I needed my champion boss fix because this is still one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. And this is a fight that I have sort of already done with Guardian, but not really, because I did fight the Convention Clash champion boss a couple of months ago when that event was still alive with Guardian, but that one had a lot less health and block penetration, so yeah, I always wanted to try him against the actual champion boss in Act 6.2. So I always knew that he could solo this fight, but I just wanted to see how easy or how practical he would make it. And he actually makes it pretty easy, I must say. It's not really like a perfect counter in the sense that you counter all his abilities, you know, you prevent unstoppable and all that. But his playstyle and the way you deal damage is what makes him a good counter, because you can basically just skip pretty much every phase until that last phase. Then of course his Sig ability gives him some very nice block proficiency at high Sig. So you actually don't take that much damage when you parry, even with these additional block penetration. So as long as you're good at parrying, this fight is not that difficult with Guardian. And the strategy for this fight is also pretty straightforward. You just want to throw a couple of special 3s first to build those permanent charges, because you want to take him from the first phase straight to the last phase with the special 2. You don't even want to interact with him in phase 2 or 3 because he can go unstoppable, and when you do hit him you do get stunned unless you use the special attack to hit him, and then also his light attacks and medium attacks will be unblockable in the second and third phase respectively. And finally there's that overpowered regen, which can take him to pretty much full health if you can't get him down to the last phase with the special 2. So what you want to do is throw 5 special 3s, because that will give you about 34 force field charges by the time you throw the 5th one, which should be enough to take him down to 10% unless you get really unlucky with crit RNG, but yeah, typically that should be enough. You can throw 1 more just to be extra safe, because I've only used Guardian with this rotation very few times against this type of health pool. So yeah, from my experience, 34 should be enough for a rank 5 Guardian without suicides and 10% attack from the Nick Fury synergy. So when he goes unstoppable, I'm just gonna parry and then drop 2 hit combos, just to make sure that he can't punish me because he will be stunned. Then after those 2 hits, there's usually a slight pause just to make sure I can time the parry again right after the stun expires. And this is not something that you have to do. You can just parry and then try to avoid him during unstoppable and then try to go back in after the buff expires, but it is pretty useful for not getting cornered, and you'll get the fight done much faster. So you just gotta keep an eye out for the parry stun debuff and try to time your parry with the debuff expiring. Then when the unstoppable expires, you go back to doing 5 hit combos. And then in terms of his special attacks, it doesn't really matter which one you bait as long as you bait it before he gets to 3 bars of power. I wasn't really trying to bait a special attack until he had over 2 bars of power, because then I kind of had to. But often he would just throw the special attack before I could even try to get him to throw it. So I think Guardian actually makes this fight easier to solo compared to certain other champs because of that high block proficiency. Because I remember when this fight came out, Cap Infinity War was quite a popular option, just mainly due to his high block proficiency. Then of course he can also nullify the unstoppable. Wait, but I think it was just popular for the last 10% because I've never actually seen a Cap Infinity War solo on this fight. I think that's mainly because he can't really out damage the regen just due to how he works, you know, how he deals his damage. Then you get Guardian, who can quite easily out damage the regen and also has some pretty good block proficiency. It might not be as high as Cap's, but it's still very solid, still gets perfect parries or takes 0 damage when you parry if they don't have any additional block penetration. The champion does have some additional block penetration, but as you can see, it's not really an issue for Guardian, because I mean we are over 120 hits in, and I don't know how many times I've parried at this stage, but we still have about 88% health left, so we're doing pretty good in that regard. So Guardian might not be the quickest counter for this fight, but he is very durable. And this can be quite handy in the last 10% if you're having a hard time dexing the special attack maybe, because you can actually block a lot of it and then just dex that last part without taking that much damage just due to the high block proficiency. But either way, it can be very beneficial to just do some duels to practice the special 1 dex. Or the special 2, you can actually dex both of them twice, as in 2 dexes off of 1 special attack. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw the last special 3, which should put me at about 34 charges. And then I just want to build to a special 2 now and then take him down to that last 10%. So now the thing about Guardian Special 2 is that it does consume 1 armor buff. So if you want to maintain that high block proficiency right after you throw the special 2, then you actually do need to throw a heavy attack first, which will consume a force field charge to give you an additional armor buff. That's where you can maintain all the benefits from the Sig ability, and still perfect block special attacks if you need to. So now we are about to throw that massive special 2, and I just have to say that I love Guardian Special 2. Definitely one of my favorite special animations in the game, and it's just so satisfying, you know, watching the opponent just melt away in a few seconds like that. Okay, so now we're in the last phase. My favorite part, just gotta dex the special attack 3 times, so I go for the first one and get a 2-for-1 special there. Then I decided to block the second one, which just shows how much of a difference the armor buff makes, because I was taking about 2000 damage off of each blocked hit. Then all that's left is to throw a special 1, get a crit on the last hit, and he goes down. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.